Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be looking at something that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction.
Oh, yeah.
Generative AI.
Very sci-fi.
Now, I'm not talking about the kind of AI that, plays chess or predicts the weather.
Right.
This is AI that can create things.
Yeah.
Images, text, music, even code.
It's wild.
It's like having an AI companion for all your creative projects.
Exactly. And
Which is insane.
it's not just some futuristic fantasy. It's happening right now.
And to help us understand exactly how it's happening,
Yeah.
we're going to be taking a deep dive into a PDF titled
Yes.
Generative AI Use Cases.
That's a great PDF.
This document is absolutely packed with real-world examples
It really is.
of how this technology is already changing the game across industries.
Mm-hmm.
It even has some code snippets. So if you're a coder,
Oh, yeah.
you can try this out yourself.
Absolutely.
So before we get ahead of ourselves, I think it might be helpful to just take a super quick trip back in time.
Yeah, a little history lesson.
The seeds of generative AI were actually planted way back in the 1950s.
A long time ago.
But things didn't really take off until the 2000s.
Right.
With the rise of deep learning.
Deep learning was a game changer.
It's like AI suddenly got a massive upgrade.
Totally. Yeah, it was like giving AI a brain boost.
So deep learning set the stage.
Yeah.
But what are the actual technologies making this all happen?
So there are three main players here.
Okay.
First, we have GANs,
GANs.
which stands for Generative Adversarial Networks.
Okay.
Picture this. Two AIs
Okay.
constantly battling it out.
Like AI Fight Club.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. One is trying to create realistic fakes, and the other is trying to detect those fakes.
So it's like an AI competition.
Yeah.
But how does that lead to anything useful?
Well, think of it like an artist and a critic.
Okay.
The artist keeps getting better at creating forgeries, and the critic gets better at spotting them.
So they're both kind of pushing each other.
Exactly. And the process, both are getting better and better.
So what's the end result?
Well, you get some truly amazing outputs.
Like what?
From photorealistic images to even pieces of code.
That is so cool.
It's wild.
What about the second one?
Next up are VAEs,
VAEs.
or Variational Autoencoders.
Okay.
These are the artists of the AI world.
Okay.
They learn the essence of something.
Like a specific style.
Yeah, like a style of painting or a type of music.
Okay.
And then create variations on that theme.
So they're not just copying
No.
their understanding and riffing.
Exactly. They're understanding and then creating something new.
That's awesome. What about the third one?
All right, the third key technology is transformer-based models.
Okay.
And the most famous example of this is GPT,
GPT.
the brain behind ChatGPT.
Right.
These models are language whizzes.
Okay.
They understand text so well they can write stories, articles, even code.
Really?
That often sounds like a human wrote it.
That's crazy.
And get this, GPT-3 has a mind-boggling 175 billion parameters.
175 billion. What does that even mean?
Well, to put it simply, parameters are like the connections in the AI's brain.
Okay.
And having 175 billion of them means it can process language with incredible depth and nuance.
So that's how it's able to write like a human.
Exactly.
Hmm.
That's how tools like AI Dungeon can create unique interactive stories.
Right.
And news outlets are using AI to generate financial reports that would take humans hours to write.
That's incredible.
That's pretty amazing.
It sounds like this technology could change the way we create and consume content entirely.
Yeah.
But hold on, all this sounds pretty high-tech. Is
Yeah,
this just for specialists?
That's the exciting part. It's becoming more and more accessible.
Not really.
Our source material is packed with examples and even code snippets.
So anyone can try it.
Yeah. Anyone can start experimenting with generative AI.
That's awesome.
It's like a whole new world of creative possibilities is opening up.
All right, I'm officially intrigued, so let's get into some specifics.
Okay, let's do it.
Where is generative AI already making a real impact?
Well, one area where it's really taking off is in the creative industries.
Okay. For the visually inclined folks out there, prepare to be amazed.
Get ready to have your minds blown.
AI is already being used to create stunning works of art.
Absolutely.
And even automate design tasks.
It's changing the game.
Okay, that's where I want to hear more. Tell me everything.
All right, so you've probably heard of tools like DeepArt,
Deep part.
which can transform your photos into different artistic styles,
Okay.
like making them look like Van Gogh paintings.
So it can just like repaint them.
Basically, it analyzes the style and applies it to your photo.
That's so cool.
And then there's DALL-E,
Dolly.
developed by OpenAI,
Okay.
which can generate images from text descriptions.
Wait, so I could type in something like
Yeah.
a fluffy pink unicorn riding a bicycle on the moon? And it
Exactly.
would actually create an image of that.
You got it. And the results can be incredibly realistic and detailed.
That's insane. So it's not just for creating art from scratch?
No, not at all.
So what else can it do?
Well, AI is also transforming design automation.
Okay.
Think of tools like Adobe Sensei and Canva.
Right.
They're using AI to speed up design tasks like creating marketing materials or optimizing layouts.
So it's like having an AI design assistant?
Yeah, basically it's like having a virtual design expert on call.
That would save so much time and effort.
It's a game changer, for sure.
So it's not about replacing human creativity. No. It's about amplifying it.
Exactly. It's about giving designers the tools and insights they need to push the boundaries of what's possible.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, let's talk about what AI is doing in the realm of writing and content creation.
All right, let's dive into the world of words.
It's not just about visuals.
Well,
It's about words, too.
words are powerful.
Okay, this is the part I've been waiting for. I love writing, so I'm definitely curious to hear how AI is impacting this world.
Well, prepare to have your mind blown because AI is already writing stories, articles, even scripts.
No way, really.
I'm serious.
But can it actually write something that's engaging and creative?
It absolutely can.
Okay, I need an example.
All right, let's look at an example from our source material.
Okay.
A major news outlet is actually using AI to generate financial reports.
Wow, so it's not just writing fluffy stuff, it can actually handle complex and technical topics.
Exactly. The AI analyzes financial data and generates reports that are accurate, concise, and even insightful.
That's incredible. So this is freeing up human journalists to work on more,
Yeah,
like, long-form things.
exactly. They can focus on more in-depth investigative pieces.
That's really cool. What about more creative forms of writing, like fiction?
Well, have you ever heard of AI Dungeon?
AI Dungeon.
It's an interactive storytelling platform powered by AI.
Okay.
You can choose a scenario like being a knight in a fantasy world,
Yeah.
and the AI will generate a unique story based on your choices and actions.
So it's like playing a video game,
Yeah.
but you're co-creating the story with the AI.
Exactly, and each story is different, so it's a truly unique and engaging experience.
That sounds really cool.
It's a great example of how AI is pushing the boundaries of storytelling and blurring the lines between creator and consumer.
That's amazing. I'm already thinking of a million ways this could be used, from personalized bedtime stories for kids to interactive learning experiences in education.
It's got so much potential.
And speaking of education, I'm curious to hear how AI is impacting the world of learning.
Yeah.
Is it just about writing stories and generating reports, or is there more to it?
Oh, there's so much more. We're just scratching the surface here.
Yeah.
AI is already being used to create personalized learning experiences,
Okay.
develop intelligent tutoring systems, and even assist teachers in the classroom.
So AI can actually, like, help teachers.
Absolutely. It's like having a virtual teaching assistant that can adapt to each student's needs and help them learn more effectively.
That sounds like a game changer.
It has the potential to be.
Tell me more about these personalized learning experiences.
Well, imagine a world where every student has access to a personalized learning plan,
Okay.
tailored to their individual strengths, weaknesses, and learning style.
So it's like having a custom designed curriculum for every student.
Yeah, that's what AI is making possible.
But how does it actually work?
There are a few different approaches. Some platforms like Khan Academy are already using AI to recommend practice exercises based on a student's performance.
Okay.
The AI can analyze their strengths and weaknesses and suggest specific areas where they need more practice.
So it's like having an AI tutor.
Exactly. And beyond practice exercises, AI can also personalize the pace and content of learning.
Okay.
It can adjust the difficulty level of lessons, provide targeted feedback, and even suggest additional resources based on the student's interests and progress.
That's incredible. It sounds like AI could revolutionize the way we learn, making education more accessible, engaging, and effective for everyone.
It's an exciting possibility.
It really is.
And that's what makes this technology so exciting. It has the potential to transform so many aspects of our lives,
Totally.
from the way we create and consume content to the way we learn and work.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only just beginning to explore its possibilities.
Okay. You've officially convinced me that this is something I need to pay attention to. But before we get too carried away with all the potential benefits,
Right.
let's take a moment to consider the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Are there any risks or challenges associated with this technology that we need to be aware of?
That's a crucial question. And it's important to approach any new technology with a balanced perspective.
Of course.
While generative AI offers incredible potential,
Yeah.
it also presents some unique challenges that we need to address thoughtfully.
Okay, so what are some of the key things we need to be thinking about as we move forward with this technology?
One concern is the potential for misuse, as with any powerful tool.
Yeah.
Generative AI can be used for both good and bad purposes.
So it can be used for bad,
It could be, yeah, for
uh,
example, it could be used to create deepfakes or spread misinformation.
which is a huge problem right now.
Exactly, which could have serious consequences.
So it's like the technology itself is neutral,
Right.
but it's up to humans to decide how it's used.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to have ethical guidelines and regulations in place
Right.
to ensure that generative AI is developed and used responsibly.
We need to like put some guardrails up.
Yeah, we need to think carefully about the potential consequences of this technology and take steps to mitigate any potential harms.
That makes sense. It's like with any new invention, we need to be mindful of its potential impact and use it wisely.
I agree. Are there any other challenges we should be thinking about?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like how do we ensure that generative AI benefits everyone, not just a select few?
That's a really important point. We need to make sure that access to this technology is equitable
Yes.
and that its benefits are shared broadly.
Otherwise, we're just going to increase the gap.
Exactly. Otherwise, we risk exacerbating existing inequalities and creating new ones.
So we really need to be mindful of the potential societal impact of this technology
Yeah,
and make sure it doesn't lead to further division or disadvantage.
absolutely. And that requires careful planning and thoughtful consideration.
Mm.
We need to think about the potential impact on the workforce,
Yeah.
the implications for education and healthcare, and the ethical considerations surrounding data privacy and bias.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider,
There is.
but it's definitely a conversation worth having.
Absolutely.
It's exciting to think about the potential of generative AI, but it's also crucial to approach it with caution and responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. It's a powerful technology with the potential to reshape our world.
Mm.
But it's up to us to guide its development and use it in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
Well said. This has been an incredible start to our deep dive into generative AI.
It really has.
We've explored its historical roots,
Mm-hmm.
the key technologies driving its development, and some of the amazing ways it's already being used across industries.
And we've also touched on some of the challenges and ethical considerations we need to be mindful of as we move forward with this technology.
But we're not done yet.
Oh, no.
There's still so much more to explore.
We're just getting started.
From the applications of generative AI in specific fields like healthcare, finance, and cybersecurity,
Right.
to the broader societal and philosophical implications of this technology.
It's a big topic.
Stay tuned because in the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve even further into the fascinating world of generative AI
Yes.
and its potential to shape our future.
It's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up. Welcome back to our deep dive into generative AI. It's incredible to think about the sheer breadth of this technology's potential. In the first part of our exploration, we touched upon how generative AI is revolutionizing creative industries, content creation, and even education, but its impact extends far beyond those realms. It's like a ripple effect spreading across every facet of our world.
You know, it's funny you should mention ripples because one area where generative AI is making a huge splash is in the field of scientific research. It's almost like it's giving scientists superpowers, allowing them to analyze massive amounts of data and uncover hidden patterns that would be impossible for humans to spot on their own.
It's a great analogy. Imagine you're a scientist studying climate change. You have access to decades of data on temperature, precipitation, ocean currents, and countless other variables. It's a treasure trove of information, but it's also incredibly overwhelming. How do you make sense of it all? That's where generative AI comes in.
So it's like having an AI research assistant that can sift through mountains of data and highlight the most important findings.
Precisely, generative AI can analyze those massive data sets, identify patterns and correlations, and even generate predictions about future trends. It's like having a superpowered magnifying glass that can zoom in on the most critical pieces of information.
That sounds incredibly helpful, but can you give me a specific example of how this is being used in the real world?
Absolutely. One fascinating example from our source material is the use of IBM Watson in drug discovery. Researchers are using Watson to analyze massive data sets of genetic information, clinical trial data, and scientific literature to identify potential drug targets and accelerate the development of new treatments.
Wow, that's amazing. So AI is actually helping us develop new medicines. That's incredible.
It is, and it's not just limited to drug discovery. Generative AI is being used in a wide range of scientific fields, from astronomy to genomics. AI is helping scientists make groundbreaking discoveries and advance our understanding of the universe.
It's like we're on the cusp of a new era of scientific discovery, driven by the power of AI and human ingenuity working together.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, its role in scientific research will only become more profound. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible.
Okay, so we've seen how generative AI is impacting science, but what about something a little closer to home? Like, how is this technology changing the way businesses operate?
Well, prepare to be amazed because generative AI is revolutionizing the business world in countless ways. From marketing and sales to customer service and product development, AI is transforming the way companies operate and interact with their customers.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me some examples.
One area where generative AI is having a huge impact is in personalized marketing. Imagine you're a company selling clothes online. You have thousands of customers with different tastes and preferences. How do you create marketing campaigns that resonate with each individual?
That sounds like a nightmare trying to cater to so many different people.
It can be a challenge, but that's where generative AI comes in. AI algorithms can analyze customer data, identify patterns in their behavior and preferences, and generate personalized recommendations and marketing messages. It's like having a team of virtual marketing assistants working around the clock to tailor each message to the individual.
So it's like those ads that seem to follow you around the internet, but instead of being creepy, it's actually helpful because it's showing you things you're actually interested in.
Exactly. It's about providing a more relevant and engaging experience for the customer. And it's not just limited to online marketing movement. Generative AI can also personalize in-store experiences. Imagine walking into a store and being greeted by a virtual assistant that knows your shopping history and can recommend products you might like.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like it could make shopping a lot more efficient and enjoyable.
It definitely could. And beyond marketing, generative AI is also transforming customer service. Have you ever interacted with a chatbot on a website?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not.
Well, the chatbots of today are becoming increasingly sophisticated thanks to generative AI. They can understand natural language, answer complex questions, and even resolve issues without human intervention. It's like having a team of virtual customer service agents available 24/7.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI could really streamline customer service operations and make things a lot easier for both customers and businesses.
It absolutely could, and the applications go beyond just answering questions and resolving issues. Generative AI can also be used to analyze customer feedback, identify areas for improvement, and even generate personalized responses to customer inquiries. It's all about providing a more seamless and satisfying customer experience.
Okay, so we've seen how generative AI is impacting marketing and customer service, but what about product development? How is this technology changing the way companies create and design new products?
That's a fantastic question, and it's one of the most exciting areas where generative AI is making its markface. Imagine you're a company designing a new car. You want to create a car that's not only stylish and functional, but also safe and fuel efficient. Traditionally, this process involves a lot of trial and error, with engineers and designers spending countless hours sketching, prototyping, and testing different designs.
That sounds incredibly time-consuming and expensive.
It can be, but generative AI is changing. That with AI-powered design tools, engineers can now explore thousands of design variations in a fraction of the time it would take manually. The AI can analyze the design parameters, suggest improvements, and even generate entirely new designs that meet specific criteria.
So it's like having an AI design partner that can help you come up with better ideas faster.
Exactly, and the applications go beyond just cars. Generative AI is being used to design everything from airplanes and buildings to furniture and clothing. It's like having an army of virtual designers working around the clock to generate innovative and efficient solutions.
That's incredible. It sounds like generative AI is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in product development. But with all this automation and AI-powered design, what happens to the role of human creativity and ingenuity?
That's a great question, and it's one that we need to address thoughtfully. Some people worry that AI will replace human designers and engineers, but I believe that the reality is more nuanced.
Okay, I'm curious to hear your perspective.
I see generative AI as a powerful tool that can augment human creativity, not replace it. Instead of replacing designers, AI can free them from tedious and repetitive tasks, allowing them to focus on the higher level aspects of design, like conceptualization, innovation, and aesthetics.
So it's like a collaboration between humans and AI, each bringing their unique strengths to the table.
Exactly. And in many cases, this collaboration can lead to even better outcomes than either humans or AI could achieve on their own. It's about leveraging the best of both worlds to create truly innovative and groundbreaking products.
That's a really inspiring perspective. It's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together to create something amazing.
Precisely. And that's what makes generative AI so exciting. It's not just a technology, it's a catalyst for human ingenuity and innovation. And as we continue to explore its potential, I believe we'll see even more incredible breakthroughs in the years to come.
This is mind-blowing. It feels like we're living in a science fiction movie.
It does, doesn't it?
Hmm.
But it's important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. As we embrace the transformative potential of generative AI, we also need to be mindful of the ethical considerations and potential challenges that come with it.
That's a good point. We can't just get caught up in the excitement of the technology without considering the broader implications.
Exactly, and that's something we'll delve deeper into in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore the potential risks and challenges associated with generative AI and discuss how we can ensure that this technology is used for good to benefit humanity as a whole.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've talked a lot about the potential of generative AI in different fields, but there's one area that I'm particularly excited about,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's robotics.
Robotics is a fascinating area, for
No,
sure.
it's not just about, programming robots to perform, predefined tasks anymore. It's
Uh-huh.
about giving them the ability to learn, adapt, and even evolve.
Yeah, it's about making robots more intelligent and autonomous.
That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. Are we talking about robots that can think for themselves?
Well, not exactly think for themselves in the way humans do, but generative AI is enabling robots to become much more autonomous and intelligent. They can perceive their surroundings, make decisions based on real-time data, and even learn new skills through trial and error.
So it's like giving robots a form of artificial intelligence that allows them to learn and improve over time.
Exactly, and our source material highlights some fascinating examples of this in action. One that caught my eye was the use of generative AI in designing robotic components. There's a company called RoboFab that uses AI to create custom-designed parts for robots, optimizing them for specific tasks.
So instead of using prefabricated parts, they're essentially 3D printing robotic components that are perfectly tailored to the job.
That's right. Imagine being able to create a robot arm that's precisely calibrated for delicate surgery, or a robotic leg that's optimized for navigating rough terrain.
Mm.
The possibilities are endless.
That's incredible. It sounds like we're moving towards a world where robots are no longer limited by standardized designs, but can be customized for any situation.
Exactly. And as this technology matures, we can expect to see robots becoming more versatile, adaptable, and integrated into our lives.
But with all this talk of robots becoming more intelligent and autonomous, I have to ask, what about the potential risks? What's to stop these robots from turning against us, like in those sci-fi movies?
That's a question that's been explored in countless books and films, and it's certainly something we need to consider as we develop this technology. However, it's important to remember that generative AI, like any tool, can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to ensure that it's developed and deployed responsibly.
So it's not about fearing the technology itself, but rather being mindful of how we use it, ensuring it aligns with our values and goals.
Exactly. We need to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI, establish clear guidelines for its development, and ensure that it's used to benefit humanity as a whole.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like with any powerful invention, we need to be cautious and thoughtful in how we harness its potential.
Precisely. And that brings us back to a theme we've touched on throughout our deep dive, the importance of collaboration between humans and AI. It's not about AI replacing humans, but rather about finding ways for them to work together, each contributing their unique strengths.
I love that perspective. It's not a competition, it's a partnership.
Exactly. And in this partnership, humans bring creativity, critical thinking, and ethical judgment, while AI brings data processing power, speed, and efficiency.
It's like a perfect synergy where each side complements the other.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and as we move further into the age of AI, I believe this kind of collaborative spirit will be crucial for harnessing its potential and shaping a future that benefits everyone.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, and I have to say I'm both excited and a bit overwhelmed by the sheer scope of generative AI and its implications.
I understand completely. It's a rapidly evolving field, and it can feel like a whirlwind of information at times. But I hope that this deep dive has given you a better understanding of the core concepts, the exciting applications, and the important ethical considerations.
It definitely has, and I think it's safe to say that generative AI is not just a passing fad, but a transformative technology that's here to stay.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up our exploration, I'd like to leave our listeners with this thought. Generative AI is not just about technology, it's about possibilities. It's about empowering us to do things we never thought possible,
Uh-huh.
to solve problems in new ways, and to create a future that's more innovative, efficient, and fulfilling.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of generative AI. We hope you found it informative, insightful, and maybe even a little bit mind-blowing.
Remember, the future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we create together. So stay curious, stay engaged, and let's build a future where technology empowers us to reach our full potential.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the fascinating world of technology and innovation